Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for another video. In today's video, let's take a look at Jasmy and see where we can land with a price target for the 2024-2025 bull run. But before we get on into this, as always, this is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research. I am not a financial advisor. And while I appreciate that so many of you are hopping in here from all over the place, you've got to hit the subscribe button. I release new videos, new price target videos every day at 6 a.m. Eastern time. I've been going live a lot lately, so you can get all your questions answered during those live streams. And I try to make new content every day, all day, multiple times a day. All right, I've said enough. Subscribe, turn on the notification button. But otherwise, let's go ahead and dive on into this. So Jasmy, decentralized data democracy, Internet of Things, the Bitcoin of Japan. Now, I don't really understand why they would call it the Bitcoin of Japan. I would rather refer to this as the IOTA of Japan, but maybe that's a little bit too demeaning towards Jasmy. It is an Internet of Things cryptocurrency, largely based in Japan. Those two things really matter. And so we got to figure out, where is this going to go in comparison to other IoT cryptocurrencies? And so we have lots of different ecosystems. As of right now, IoT, total crypto market cap of IoT, is valued around $6 billion. VeChain certainly went much higher than that itself last time around in 2021. I don't entirely think of VeChain as an IoT crypto, but it's here. IOTA, several other ones. Now, there's some questions that I want to ask about this entire niche. And I want to even take a look at several different charts just so we can get a picture of what IoT cryptos, how they've been performing over the last couple of bull runs, over the last several years. And so I have a few of those here. We have IOTA. IOTA launched in 2017, peaked in 2021, did not put in a higher high peaked in 2018, did not put in a higher high in 2021, and then went right back down to its bear market bottom. This is not a cryptocurrency that I'm interested in owning right now, ahead of any kind of next euphoria phase. Could it reach its 2021 peak? Could it go higher than that? Whatever, it doesn't matter to me. Putting in the lower high is really important to me. I would say that IOTA has been an underperforming cryptocurrency in comparison to the rest of the market. And then we can look at several other ones. Geek. This one, this chart looks really ugly. It's just been flat all time. I don't really consider the launch day price here as an official peak. I would say this one is a second peak, put in a lower high in the fall of 2021 than when it did in the spring of 2021. And ever since then, it's just been kind of flatlined. And then here's another one, Axis Token. Yikes, look at that volume, but $244, but this is the all-time chart. The all-time chart just looks like it has a lot of low volume moves, up and down, but it's been pretty flat. This is not one that I would touch at all for the next bull run, even though it has an enticing $3 million market cap like that. And then we look at Jasmy, and my goodness, what do we even make of this chart? Now, I know major token supply dumps, and as of today their supply is almost fully vested, so that's a good thing. But even when we're trying to chart something like this, what do we even do with this $4 all-time high? I would not count that as an all-time high. I would say that this right here is its official all-time high. It's around 30 something cents. I don't remember the exact price off the top of my head, but this is the all-time high. And if you look at the market cap, you can see why I'm calling for that November 2021 peak to be the all-time high, because really market cap was barely anything. And then this $1 billion peak right here in market cap, that was, in my opinion, the true peak. So something in the 30 something cent range. Do not, please, I'm begging you, do not hold this with the expectation that it's going back to $4. That may never happen again with Jasmy. That was a launch day price, launch around the time of the launch. The supply is a lot more fully circulated by then. So again, this right here is what I would consider the true peak for Jasmy. As of right now, Jasmy has a $258 million market cap. It is by no means a microcap, a small crypto, but there's a lot of excitement, a lot of hype with this cryptocurrency, with mostly having to do with hopes that it's going back to its all-time high. If that's what you're here for, I have a hard time believing that that's what's in the cards for Jasmy this time around. You've got to understand, yes, hype alone can do a great deal in bringing this cryptocurrency higher, but there are so many people who got burned holding this early on. I mean, they got burned really badly. And those people, I have a hard time believing that they're ever gonna come back to this, that they're gonna trust that Jasmy's doing anything of significance ever again. So I really feel for those people, and the price is so much lower ever since then, and there's very little hope, pretty much no hope that it's even getting to $1. And so what do we do with that? Well, I've been preaching this a ton. Play Jasmy for the retrace. There's so much money to be made in the retrace. And I even would love to find a sweet spot. If a lot of people are sitting here saying that Jasmy is going to $1, that it's going higher than its November of 2021 peak, and a lot of people are believing that, that makes me even more interested in buying Jasmy, because I think that's going to give me lots of room to exit on the way up. And those people holding it are probably going to be turning into bag holders. So this is one of my favorite retrace play cryptocurrencies in existence. Some general thoughts on Jasmy in relation to Internet of Things. The world, in my opinion, is not quite ready for IoT. There's going to be a day when Internet of Things is all over the place. It's just in everything that you touch, everything that you do has something to do with a connection to blockchain technology. We're not ready for that yet. However, Japan, in my opinion, is more ready for IoT than the rest of the world, including China and the United States. And you can see this if you pay attention to, just search for Jasmy on X, look for any updates, look for news with Jasmy. You can see, in my opinion at least, a lot more activity, a lot more hope for what Jasmy is doing than what you're seeing with a lot of other IoT cryptos. So I do believe that Jasmy will outperform from the day I'm making this video to whenever Euphoria returns. Jasmy will outperform other IoT cryptocurrencies, but I do not believe the big IoT explosion is going to happen within the next 1 or 2 years. Maybe that's a thing for the end of this decade. Maybe that's a thing for the 2030s. And maybe Jasmy benefits a ton, and IOTA and a lot of those other cryptocurrencies. I'm seeing underperformance historically with IoT. I don't think the world is ready yet, but Japan is more ready. So Jasmy is going to outperform it. We've got to take a look at historic market cap dominance. All-time high is at 0.04%. That's back in 2021, late 2021. Right now, it's ranging around 0.02%, right around 0.02%, and it's just been hanging there. That's a good sign, especially considering the fact that their supply isn't inflationary anymore. And so considering the fact that Jasmy is going to, in my opinion, outperform a lot of other IoT cryptocurrencies from where its price is now to its peak, that makes me hopeful that Jasmy will put in a new all-time high in market cap dominance. And so I am doubling its all-time high. That is my estimate as to where Jasmy is going to go. So I'm estimating a 0.08% market cap dominance all-time high. I do not believe that it's going to go much higher than that. Just my opinion. Could be wrong. Maybe we're going to enter some kind of new paradigm with Jasmy where it gets up to, I don't know, a 1%, 2%, or sorry, I guess I should say 0.2%, 0.1%, 0.2%, 0.3%. I don't know. I'm sticking with 0.8%. I think that's a lot more reasonable. And considering that Jasmy hasn't been anywhere near those other numbers that I already shared historically, it doesn't quite make sense to me that this would be the time, aside from just general hype that we are seeing with Jasmy that has a lot of people excited with it. So anyway, got to take into consideration the supply dynamics with Jasmy. I mean, 10 times more supply in circulation right now than when they peaked in 2021, 48.42 billion Jasmy tokens in circulation right now. I don't have this included here, but whale wallets are they're not too large. They are large. They're not overwhelmingly large. That's the word. When I've looked at other cryptocurrencies and compared wallet addresses and seeing some wallets with 10% or 20%, even 30% of the supply. I don't see that with Jasmy, but it's something to keep in mind that there are a few wallets that have a decent amount, more than 1%. There's several wallets that have more than 2% of Jasmy supply. Keep that in mind when you're up, if you're up big, that any of these wallets exiting is going to certainly have an effect on the price. So 48 billion. Here's my final price prediction for Jasmy, and I hope this is not too disappointing. But 0.08% market cap dominance, assuming a 7 trillion total one market cap. That gives Jasmy a $5.6 billion market cap divided by a 48.42 billion circulating supply. That gives us a price for Jasmy of 11.57 cents. If you're looking at fibs on the fib chart, that's right above a 236 fib retrace. That's between a 236 and a 382. 236 is at 8 cents. I don't remember off the top of my head where the 382 is. I think it's around 13 cents. You can easily draw fibs for yourself to see that. So somewhere in between a 236 and a 318. I got those numbers mixed up. Excuse me, 382. And I am taking profits at that bottom fib level, the 236. I'm taking plenty of profits along the way, but I'm mostly planning on being exited if this gets to a little over 8 cents. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm way too conservative here, or maybe I'm way too bullish. I don't know. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section of this video. Where do you think Jasmy is going? Maybe you know more. Maybe you have more insight as to what they're doing that will cause you to be more bullish. I would love to hear all of that because I'm always open to different opinions here. Otherwise, 11 cents, 11.57 cents is my target, and I would love to hear your thoughts. So let me know in the comment section. Smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel, and all that, and I will most certainly be seeing you in another video. Peace.